Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Joseph's Reserves. I'm Joseph, and I save 20% of my income in the form of coins and precious metals. Recently, I've been starting to post every day, enjoying my cup of coffee. So, pull up a cup and let's get started. Many coin collectors like to carry a coin on them, kind of just throughout their day to remind themselves of the coins that they have at home waiting for them. In addition to that, many silver stackers like to dream of a world where they will be able to spend their silver at stores or shops for the silver value. Well, I'm going to take a second to join those two ideas together into something I'm going to call $50 Friday. I'm choosing to take the time to show you how to calculate what $50 worth of silver is and how we can make that in both pure silver and 90% silver. And I'm going to carry this $50 of silver around every Friday. So we're going to start with the spot price. So today's spot price is $37.94, and that's as I'm waking up Friday morning, August 15th, 2015. So we've got 37.94, and all we're going to do is divide our $50 that we are aiming to be holding by the 37.94 that is the spot price. That's going to tell us how many ounces of silver we would need to make $50. So 1.3 is the closest we're going to get. Let's go ahead and separate those coins. I like holding more coins than less, so I'm going to pick out 2 ½ ounces, and then we need 3 tenth ounces. Alright, so this is what we have as far as pure silver. 5 coins that together make $50. So we'll go ahead and stack these up and set these to the side. Let's say that you went to go spend these $50 and the merchant you were wanting to spend them at didn't like pure silver because he didn't know if it was real or not. That's fair. We also have 90%. So what we're going to do is multiply this by the amount that it takes to make 1 ounce of silver in face value. Most people say that's $1.40, but they assume that there's wear on the coins. A closer number is actually $1.38, and that's what I choose to use, $1.38. So we're going to multiply that times 1.38. This makes $1.81. Closer we can get is going to be $1.80. So that's going to look really similar actually. Here we have $1.50, and another 3 coins is going to make $1.80. So here we have our 3 half dollars and 3 dimes, and in pure silver it is 2 ½ ounces and 3 10th ounces. So between these two, that is $100 in silver. Of course, this is going by the spot value, and when we would be purchasing something like this, we'd be paying a premium. So $50, if you go to a coin shop, is not going to get you this much silver, and $50 may, but will likely not get you this much silver. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about what it would take to be able to spend some of this silver at a shop. Well, a lot of silver stackers are either business owners or they aspire to be business owners themselves. So the likelihood of a business owner already collecting silver is actually quite high. That means that if you were to go talk to, say, a mom and pop shop or maybe even a vendor at a farmer's market, the likelihood of them knowing what silver is when you ask them about it is very high. The likelihood of them already stacking is also quite high. You could take these to a farmer's market or vendor of some kind and ask them, hey, I have silver. I have silver coins that were made by the United States. Do you know the value of silver, and would you be willing to accept this as money? More often than not, you'll get some sort of response that is basically no. Either they don't know what it is or they're not interested in learning, which is totally fine. You, as a customer, can choose to go to their business or not. I would suggest that if this is something you're wanting to do, take your money to the business that will take it. You could eventually find that vendor or that specific shop that will take your silver coins. If you were to take this to a coin shop and sell it, you're likely going to receive less than spot value for your coins. So if you spend these for spot value, you end up making more money from the sale of these coins. Granted, you're doing it directly into the goods and services, but if you needed to sell this $50 in order to buy groceries in the first place, you're not doing too bad. So, what about when you find that person who's willing to learn, who's willing to understand and consider taking this as money? Well, it's as simple as doing the calculations I just showed you. You look at the silver price, let them know these coins contain this much silver. For the example of these, they are stamped right on the coin. And for the example of these 90%, these are a weight and purity that were known and accepted since 1873 all the way until 1964. Over 90 years, the United States was making the exact same size and purity of these coins. So, which is to be trusted? That's up for the seller to decide. Which ones would he want to stack? And I mean, isn't that the main question of any stacker? Which ones do you stack? Which ones would you spend? Me personally, I would probably spend these ones, the 90% silver, for a few reasons. They are highly recognizable, very divisible. Usually it takes less premium to buy them, and most coin shops only pay about 70 to 80% for their junk silver. Yeah, that's 70 to 80% of spot. Whereas for generic silver, most coin shops will pay somewhere about $1 under, maybe $2 under spot. So depending on where spot value is, you could be taking a bigger loss selling these 90% coins at a coin shop. So I'm going to be carrying these coins on me today. I'm going to carry $50 in 90% silver and $50 in pure silver bullion. I'll be carrying $100 of silver on me every Friday so I can get an idea of what that would be like if I had to carry these on me for the case of a purchase. Well, anyway, friend, thank you for joining me. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next couple videos.